For generations, women have been taught to silence their bodies, to hide their emotions, to suppress their desires, and to dim their power. I know this pain intimately because I once lived it. My name is Tatiana Dorofeeva, and my mission is to help women all over the world reclaim their fullness of who they are, body, mind, and soul. There was a time in my life when I carried deep emotional wounds, family patterns, and silent traumas that shaped everything: my health, my relationships, my choices. Like many women, I was strong on the outside but disconnected inside. I searched for answers in science, in psychology, in spirituality, and eventually I found a way to bring it all together. Through my own healing journey, I discovered a path that doesn't just fix symptoms, it transforms the very foundation of a woman's being. A path that brings her home to herself. This is why I do what I do. I am a speaker, psychologist, Ayurveda practitioner, and the author of the method Female-Male Healing. My method integrates modern science, psychology, and Asian knowledge of female nature. It works on every level: body, mind, and soul, bringing deep, lasting transformation. For the past 15 years, I've worked with women all over the world, leading retreats in Bali, India, and Europe, hosting online trainings and private sessions, and speaking at conferences, workshops, and corporate events. I've been featured as an expert on TV and radio, and I've wrote for magazines. Because women's healing deserves a global voice. Over the years, I've witnessed hundreds of women return to their true feminine essence. Women who opened their hearts, reclaimed their creative power, healed their hormonal system, found love, built fearless careers, and conceived children after years And now I'm here with you at this beautiful global gathering because I believe your story matters too. Whether you are at the beginning of your journey or standing on the edge of transformation, know this: your body remembers, your soul knows. Is a safe space, the right guidance, and the courage to say yes to yourself. I warmly invite you to connect with me. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Join my trainings, retreats, and private sessions. Become a part of a growing global movement of women who are awakening their power, their wisdom, and their joy. When one woman heals, generations heal with her. Together, we are not just transforming our own lives, we are shaping a new world, new her story for the women who will come after us. Thank you for walking this path with me.
Hello, good morning. You're muted.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, there
Yes,
you
good
are.
morning. Sorry for that.
Good
Yeah,
evening for
thank
you.
you. Thank
Good
you.
evening for you,
Thank you for
Juliana.
having me. Yeah.
Thank you for
Please,
being
pardon?
here. Are you ready?
Oh, thank you too for accepting my invitation. Thank you for also accepting me for the platform.
Are you ready to give your presentation?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you. I'm very much ready.
You're welcome. Okay, we'll see you soon. Here you go.
All right. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to actually um, showcase myself and to talk about my past experience and to show my resilience story from childhood struggles to who I am today. I think it was a privilege and it was one of the most exciting that ever happened to me when I was actually looking for where I could explain myself and without anyone judging me. And I was actually reading articles online looking for where I could explain my story. I came across She's Me conference, and it was one of the most touching conferences that I met online that could tell me you can tell your story and nobody will judge you for who you are. So I'm really honored to be here today. I'm going to be going down on my story of resign beyond challenges from childhood to who I am today. So my rundown program today is going to be as follows. We are going to be looking on the introduction. We're going to be looking at what is all about She Is Me conference. And we are equally going to be looking at when I actually felt when I was invited for this program, because it's important to always acknowledge what actually prompts you to bring out your true self. So the body of the presentation, who I am, from where I came from, and what I am doing, and where I'm leading to, and what people actually really need to draw from my story, and the conclusion. So for a little biography about a sonographer, Juliana, I am the middle daughter of my family. I was born in 1993 in a small village called Fontaine. I'm married and the proud mother of two children. I had my HND this year in banking and finance and my certification in cybersecurity last year. Actually, growing up, it wasn't really easy. And when I picked up a career training on the sales and retail management, this was actually where I felt like I could be recognized, or what I've been doing has actually turned me to a true career woman, to a true woman that actually wanted to be the sales representative. Because when we say promoters, maybe some people be asking, from the sales representative to a trainer to a sales supervisor to a retail manager. It goes beyond every journey that I was actually imagining when I was actually very small. I was looking at chemical engineering, I was looking at medicals, I was looking at becoming one of the richest women without even knowing that life was going to make things very tiny and difficult for me. I actually left my country, go to Nigeria, went to Lebanon just to look for greener pasture. It wasn't really easy. It wasn't at all easy. Today, I can say I'm one of those women that want to really encourage young girls growing up with girls that cannot really afford education, that want to rebuild their story, they want to recreate themselves. So, and this is just a little bit about my background and what I am up to. So, as I earlier said, it's always good to recognize or to always look at what will push you to do better. So, when I look at She's Me conference, I actually pick out the true and the reality of She's Me conference. I picked out the empowerment part because I'm going to say something here. Before looking for a conference where I could share my story, the past month I felt like I had a heavy load on me, and I really wanted to relieve everything. I was looking at many people are looking up to me to encourage them, but I'm also in my weak moment. I need somebody also to encourage me. I saw this platform and I realized I'm going to meet women sisterhood that are also going to be talking, that are also going to be sharing their story. From their story, what am I going to pick up? So I actually really enjoy listening to others, as I've been listening from day one to today. It really empowers me a lot, and it has really healed the pain that I was having 2 months ago. And you can see me smiling today on this platform. It's not because I wanted to really smile, but because I've been listening to story of how people have gone through this and that and what they are today and the marvelous work they are doing. So it has really been so marvelous for me listening to others, and the inspiration to women in leadership is so direct to the point, and you will have something to come out with from this conference. So if you're listening to me, you're also going to be grabbing something from how you are going to inspire yourself to become the true woman you want to really become. And looking at the theme of this year, stronger together, it actually reminds us when women come together, what are they expecting from each other? What are they expecting from each other? When they stand together, what is it that they gain? So there is always that creative, unstoppable wave that is going to work in every woman vein whenever they come together. They want to grow taller. They want to be united. They want to stand as sisters. They want to heal each other's. They want to give out what has taken them to the leadership position and to empower every young girl that comes their way. And this is me today, also inspiring me to inspire young girls around the world. So how I felt, I'm going to give this honor to she's me, the founder, and I am so proud. I'm so happy that when I took out time to write a little story, I was in tears. I have everything that could take me like down to the ground level. But when the story was picked, and there I realized I was one of the she's me. And this is me today sharing you my story is she's me. Please always believe in yourself. And when people look at your story and say your story can actually say something to young girls, take it as a privilege, take it as an honor, like a motivation to step up again. So I'm very happy to be recognized, to be here today. Is really a privilege for me, an opportunity to really showcase to other young girls that do not keep your silence in you is going to kill you. Come out and say what you want to say, because your story today is going to change a young girl's story tomorrow. So do not hold what you have in you. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of who I have been, where I've been, and who I am and where I'm going to. So this is that small Juliana in 2011 when she ran away from home. She was homeless, and then she decided to take a picture to remind herself that she's going to be a great woman again. Crossing myself, crossing my leg in this picture, I had something in mind. I was telling myself, I'm going to be a better woman. I was going to be a better woman. So no matter what I was going through, the obstacles, I was always going back to this picture and picking out that who is this girl? What do I really want to become, and where am I going to? So this is the Juliana in 2000 in 2020 on a conference platform presenting about a product where who could ever imagine that the runaway from home, the abandoned child could get to this stage. It actually marvels a lot of my friends, childhood friends. Some of them were like, wow, you really pick up yourself. We really thought you were going to become a type, you were going to get married to an old man in the village. We never really know you were going to be this. And it gave me an edge that nothing can stop you from being who you want to become. And this is still me crossing my leg. I'm like, wow, I get to this stage talking with the managers, talking to CEOs, speaking about a particular product of a company where I've been built in for more than 10 years before leaving. So this is a little bit about Juliana. And today you are going to be seeing Juliana on a global platform, telling her story to young girls, telling young girls that it doesn't really matter where you're coming from. Do not look at yourself like I cannot. You can. Every little girl can do something to bring up, to get up, to pick up something that is beautiful masterpiece that can rebuild the woman that she wants to really become. So turning my struggles into strength wasn't really easy. Personally, I grew up with hardship, from childhood struggles to parental to lack of parental support from my mother, to surviving in abroad as I went to Lebanon, to going to a town like Yaoundé because I have to leave my village to Yaoundé, is the main town of my country, struggling on the streets, sleeping in old cars just to see myself where I am today. It actually really made me to think a lot. It wasn't really easy, but this is just what really baffled me when I was trying to write my story. I was looking at these things. Sometimes I feel like crying, but that is not who I want to be. Not a crying Juliana, but that lady that will stand up and tell other young ladies that your pain is just for the moment. The reality of who you want to become depend on you and it's in your palms. So my childhood struggles, I'm going to just I was born in a small village called Fontem. I keep repeating this because that's my village. I really love it so much. It was not really easy for me growing up. And at age 14, you can imagine how small I was. At age 14, I had my first menstrual cycle, and it was really scary. I was confused. I was devastated. I was so disturbed. I have to leave school, came back home, explained the situation to my mom. She stayed silent. She didn't say anything. She had to hold it. And after 2 days, she waited for everybody to go to bed. And she called me and said, "Little girl, come." I thought she was going to give me a solution to my menstrual cycle because I was actually waiting. I was really eager to listen to her tell me this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you have to do at this age. There was nothing she actually said. She just called me one evening, and this is what she actually did. She took a stone and pressed my breast back for it not to come out. And I was like, maybe this is the solution to stopping the pain. This is the solution to stopping the blood that is coming out because I can't understand. But it became worse. My period get worse. I was just trying to tie myself with old clothes, padding myself with old pants and struggling. And at this point, I asked myself, am I the only one going through this thing? I had to go to school. One of my little friend, when we were discussing, she saw that I was really struggling with something. So she introduced me to one of my senior called Evelyn back then. That senior, she took me to the toilet, but she did everything that she could do to put me comfortable, to bring back my confidence. So she packed me up in the toilet and then she explained to me that it's 500 francs. And I was like, okay, I used to go to the farm, get broom, do some things and get small money and just eat bed bonbon in school or pop off uh, biscuits or chewing gum. So why can I not keep the 500 and take care of myself so that I'll be blooming like other young girls? It really took me time to understand that it was something that girls don't actually talk about it so much. So I became close to her and she explained to me, at this age, this is what you're supposed to do. People that are coming to you at this point, because you are growing and you are developing, you need to do this, you need to do that. She actually explained a lot to me, and I felt love. I felt that someone actually view took me out of the struggle I was mentally struggling with. We got together, and my friends in school, what they usually say is, my mother told me that if a boy is talking to me, run away. And I'm like, why will you run away? I don't understand. And then they still whispering a lot of things that their mother have been explaining to them. This is what my mother told me. This is what my mother explained to me. I felt that sense of not connecting with my mom. I became very angry with my mom. I had to walk to my papa. I told my dad, since he was a medical doctor, he was medical personnel, I explained to him, this is what I'm having with mommy. I'm angry with mommy because mommy is not helping me out. And my dad was like, is it what you're actually going through? I said, yes. So he explained to me that, okay, as a woman, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. So I really loved the connection between me and my dad, because I was explaining things to him, but not everything. But I could feel very comfortable explaining to my friends in school who were women than to my mom or to my elder sister. So it was a little bit difficult, very, very difficult. So growing up, the thing really stigmatized me. I never really loved my mom when I was growing up. I became very angry, and I became very stubborn. You can imagine, from four, I became pregnant. You can see me when I just gave birth. I became pregnant at age 18. It was a tough time for me because my mom told me, you're not going to go to school again. You take care of the child. And back then, in the old days here in Cameroon, if you are pregnant, you cannot continue education. They're going to dismiss you from school. You could imagine. So I was stigmatized. I was, how am I going to do it? Can I say it to my dad? Can I say it to my mom? This pregnancy, I kept it from everybody in the house till 7 months. That's when they discovered I was pregnant. And it was my first pregnancy. And when my mother discovered it, said, like, who is the father of the baby? The guy has left for Australia back then, and I was not even picturing his face because he just came from vacation, and I could not even explain. So I was stuck in that situation where I cannot even say anything to my mom. I cannot say anything to my dad because I actually don't know the person. I don't really know the person, but I know the family somewhere there. So, and my mother became very angry, and I have to stop school. I took care of the baby for 1 year. I discovered that my mom is not going to send me to school. So one day I decided to move out of it. I left the village, packed my little things, put in my valise, and off I went to Yaoundé. This is this was a decision that I was not sure of. I was not really sure of what I was getting into, because this point I needed to step out of that lady that will stay in the village and get married to an old man, be forgotten in the village because I cannot take care of myself. My mom cannot take me to school again. And nevertheless, don't you cannot say I was this dead that. But the only thing with me, with my mom, was that I became pregnant. But with education, I was always among the first three. So I asked her, is it because I'm pregnant, or is it because you think that I cannot make it in school? Because I'm actually one of the most brilliant in school. She said, I know. I am aware that you are one of the most brilliant in school. I'm proud of you for that. But at this point, I cannot, because I already explained to all of you in this house that if you get pregnant, you are not going to continue with education. That's how I took off. Went to Yaoundé. I called my aunt. I'm in Yaoundé in the park. She sent money to somebody to come and tell me to go back to the village. I took the money. I slept in the park for 2 days, and I did not go back. There was this woman. She was always coming to cook. She sells food around the agency, and I started going there. Each time I eat, I was like, "Can I wash your dishes?" And then she said, "Yes, wash the dishes." And one day she asked me, after 2 days, she asked me, "Are you actually sleeping here in the agency?" I said, "Yes." And then she was like, "No, you don't have to do that. What happened?" And I opened up to her and I was like, "Please do not send me away. I just need a shelter where I could start up. I could see how Yaoundé life it looked like, and also to pick up something because I really need someone to send me to school." And then she was like, "Really? Are you serious?" I didn't came from the village with a lot of dresses, but I actually took all my books. This was what was actually pushing me. When I'm alone, I want to read. I want to read my history, geography. I want to read my physics books. I want to read everything that I've been studying when I was from one to from four when I left. So it was difficult for me in Yaoundé. It was really, really terrible for me in Yaoundé. So she took me, went to her house, and then she later on told me that no, her house is we had like five of them in one room. And then she said, "You cannot really stay." Okay, one of my sisters, she's doing hairdressing, you go and stay with her. So we left together. She went, she introduced me to her sister. In her sister place, there's this man that always come with a little girl of 9 years to do the hair. So she said, if this little small little girl come here, try to play with her, I want to see your connection with the girl. And she did not even explain why she was saying so. So the little girl came, I did her hair, since I was learning a little bit. And each time I'm learning the house, tell her, like, please, can you just help me? Pay my, even just register me for the GCE ordinary level. I'm going to make it. I will make it. I always tell her like this. She really felt bad for me because she was just helping me to like give me shelter and food. That was just all. And I could just come to the salon, help her carry water and stuff. So the lady, that little girl came in and I was working with her. I did her hair and I have to go and cross her through the road and help her to the house. And then the father saw me and she was like, who is that? Called the salon girl and was like, is that your junior sister? I say yes. So okay, my junior sister actually looking for something that she can do that can help her out, but she do not want you to pay her. Just send her to an evening school. So this is where I grabbed the opportunity. This is Mr. Aga, who do not know me. He never knew where I was coming from. He took me, housed me, sent me to school for 3 years. I had my ordinary level with him, I had my advanced level with him before they flew to Germany, where the mother of the child was. So it was one of the things that I could say it was difficult. Stay in Yaoundé, I had to meet a lot of friends, some that could offer me shelter. And when their boyfriends come in, they will tell you, oh, little girl, please, can you excuse me? You can look for somewhere to shelter your head, and so on and so forth. So it was a little bit difficult when they started behaving like this because I had to go and beg a neighbor one day. It's a married person. But while we were sleeping, the man tried to force himself on me. So I was not happy. I was angry because the person that was giving me shelter home has left, and this is me again back on the street. And because of that, I have to look for something to do. This is where I engage the mobile field. I had to go to the mobile section, say phone. When you stay one phone, you have 500. So it really helped me to gather some money, get an accommodation. When I get an accommodation, everybody was fleeing to Lebanon. I was marvelous, like, oh, okay, they're saying that in Lebanon you have $200. Back then, $200 to us, I never really know what dollars, but everybody was like $200 are going to give me every $200 every month. And I'm like, okay, let me engage it. All my saving, I have to put it together, do my own, follow up my own procedure to go to Lebanon. And here was I going to Lebanon in 2000 in 2017. I had to go to Lebanon. What am I going to Lebanon for? Ah, what am I going to do in Lebanon? Just domestic work. I went there. The situation, the person that actually offered for me to come, whenever everybody's entering inside the car, you put me at the back booth. And I started imagining myself, is it the Juliana I was looking at my picture and said, I will become this woman that I'm being locked in the back in the back booth? This is not my place. The thing began to make me to feel bad and see the treatment. Sometimes when I want to sleep, the man will come, want to harass me. I will shout, I will scream. The wife will come out. I'm like, your husband is harassing me, and you will say it in Arab. This sharmata, something like a prostitute, something like that, sharmata. And I was like so angry. I'm trying to explain something, and you're telling me that I'm seducing your husband. How? So it became a very bad problem where one day the wife had to leave and the man wanted to harass me with knife. Luckily enough, after doing all what he did, he actually raped me. After doing all what he did, he left and then the house phone was connected. I have to call the police because I've been checking on how to call the police. I have to call the police and the police came there. I explained my situation. They took me to the hospital. It was true. And I told them the only thing I want is to go back to my country. And that was how I left Lebanon. I left Lebanon like that. Came back. My auntie in Nigeria said, little girl, you have not completed your school. You can come and do your degree here in Nigeria. Nigeria is a soft place and so on. So I went to Nigeria. I was not well prepared, but I just let me go and see Nigeria. Arriving in Nigeria, this is where I actually realized that young girls, when they discuss what is positive, he actually built a beautiful atmosphere for every young girl to grow. I met very genuine young girls growing up, working in the mobile field, telling their stories. Some of them, they want to become entrepreneurs. They say, someone just told me, I'm just here because I want to gather money and buy my sewing machine. After this, I'm going to be the biggest tailor in town. And today, she's one of the biggest tailor, as she said. And when she was talking to me, I was looking at my trainer and I said, one day I'll become like this, my trainer, because she was like my mentor. She mentored me. Even up to today, she still mentored me. She said, no, you're a very strong lady. Living in Cameroon to come and work in Nigeria as a promoter, it means you want something. So you need to review yourself. You need to review your mindset. Do not look at things that is just too easy. You need to work for it. So it was these things that actually made me to start thinking about myself. And whenever she's trained, when I come back home, I go and stand on the mirror, try to add more. If that was it. And that is how I try to recreate myself out of somebody's story. She becoming a trainer at the same time, mentoring other young girls. Just coming across her for once changed my life, change my thought, change my mentality, change the heart. I will have a soft spot for you, but I will not help you. This is who I used to be before. So my breakthrough honestly came when they have to transfer me. This is something that don't really happen in many companies. To transfer a promoter, a salesperson from Nigeria to Cameroon, it happened. And that from then, people were like, okay, she left Nigeria to Cameroon, so okay, let's try to give her some positions and so on. I was given the position of the training manager. Looking from where I was coming from Nigeria, the experience, what I've been through, the discipline, I was determined to grow. I was determined to be like the trainer I met in Nigeria. I was determined to be like the young girls I met in Nigeria. So joining the retail industry was a stepping stone for me to step up. It was not a part I actually learned in school, but it was something out of struggle. I discovered that I could do it better because we're just out of trying to make a living that I inserted myself in the mobile industry, selling, talking to customer, convincing them to buy. And today you can see I'm not actually scared of my scars because my scars are my stars today. So I'm not joking about my scars. I'm instead proud to tell people about my scar because if you don't know my scars, you don't know where I'm coming from, you don't know how important it is for all young ladies to look at their scars and change from their negative mentality to the positive ones they have to become. So this is me becoming a trainer. So looking at everything I've been saying, it's true. I tried to cut the story because I was looking at time, but the honest truth about you as a young girl growing up, you listening to me is you should never grow up and then you forget where you're coming from. When you remember where you're coming from, it's very easy to touch others' life. It's very easy to rebuild another human being, another young girl that was sinking to rise up. I never did all this alone. I had helpers, I had people that helped me to grow, that actually helped me to be where I am. I had leaders that I had to step up to take each step of my life. I want to continue to empower young girls. When you look at this picture here, my 20, that was in 2020, 21, where I decided to do a gesture to remember young girls that it's always good to take care of yourself. I remember what I went through of your inner part and so on. Wearing your breast wear like this, I never even knew how to wear them because I was not taught. So it pushed me to go to schools, to meet orphans, to talk to them. That okay, this is what they do, and I actually brought some parts. Go to them, send the message, tell them, use examples on how to wear your part, and the joy when they listen to you talk as somebody that have been there is really different. The atmosphere is welcoming. The atmosphere is lovely. The atmosphere is very educative. And it helps every little young girl to live from that pain to becoming the reality of who they're supposed to be. And some of them never even knew. Some of them, they could just, each time they're passing, each time that they're in their period, they won't want to see it to their moms, just want to take black pullovers and wrap it all over them, and they just be like that. So it was actually a touching moment for me when I came through this. So you can see some of the pictures. I took my colleagues from the office and I say, I'm not just a trainer in the fee in your company. I am also a trainer to show you how you need to show love. So all of them were very happy. They contributed for me to produce a t-shirt. Some of them also added money for us to get some pants and parts. You could see the part they had, so they could take care of. So happy, and it's really sometimes you can't do everything on your own. You need to get people together to talk about, to say, or to pass the message. When they see many people coming to talk about the same thing, they feel like this thing brought to us. When you go alone, it doesn't really speak well. It will speak better of you, not be also an example of the people around you. Because after this small event actually others actually did the same. They want to go and see the orphans and see the school. They want to see this school, to see the school, and many in their own proposals. So it was very to continue it. So the struggle after marriage, children really stopped me from this. It's beautiful thing that we are getting to somewhere. We are doing something big, and we have plans, bigger plans still for projects like this. Things in Cameroon, yeah. So let me just talk about the next project we are going to be having, because others have left UK, US. So we are just like 5 of us left in Cameroon now. Or we want to go to slumber areas abandoned, where young girls cannot go to school, because every year we give scholarship to like 4 or 5 people. So we want to look for the people who want to share their story out. We want them to talk to us and also share out what they have been enjoying from our organization as well. We haven't really come up with a name because we are really scattered. We are not together, but building it is going to be one of the things that we'll be looking up to. So, and for my closing message, stronger together. When women come together, they are striving, they are saying something, they're pulling up the rock that were just abandoned. This is how I feel when we are talking about stronger together. So your story doesn't actually really matter if you are listening to me. Even if you never really had food to eat, your story don't matter. The story that you want to tell to young girls never really matter. Don't ever be scared or be ashamed to tell everyone about your struggle. Your scars are not your shame at all. They are your strength and they are your star. To become a star, you need to first of all look at your scars. If you don't look at this, you're going to be, oh, okay, you pick up today, tomorrow you fall off, you pick up today, tomorrow. For you to be consistent, you need to constantly be on your strength. No matter where you're coming from, you have the power to rewrite your story no matter what. If you have somebody that you can, like a stepping stone, you could stand and go to the next level, it's good. It's important. You step to the next level. But do not do it time and again just to remain on the same spot. Rewrite your story, rise again, lift others as you are going up. This is what shows that you are actually climbing. If you are climbing and you are not holding others' hands to step up, to go up with you, it means there's something lacking. So do not forget others while you are climbing. Is the composition or is the reality of your true self. Imagine you not seeing these people that actually helped you. And some people also need you to help them the way they helped you. So always remember to take somebody's hand while you're growing up. And thank you very much for your wonderful time, for listening to me. Thank you for she's me. Thank you for the CEO, and thank you for everyone listening to me. It has been one of the most awesome moments of my life to actually release myself, to tell my story. Anyone can feel free to check me on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, this is my Gmail. You are free to text me or to send me an email. I'll be there to reply or to answer you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thanks for this platform. I really feel honored.
Juliana, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We
Thank
welcome
you.
you, and we are so happy that you could join us today and tell your story, and we are so honored to have you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. We will be able to, we will give you all the contact information for Juliana on her video when we post that, so you'll be able to reach out to her and work with her if you need to. Your message was inspiring, and it was so wonderful to have you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's also my privilege. I'm so happy to be on this platform, and I'm really, really happy. I'm proud of the platform, actually.
Wonderful. Okay, stay right there, Juliana. Stay right there. We're going to be back in just a minute with Sophia Barksdale. Thank
Yeah.
you.